Hey book nerds, welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing the format book tag, which is an original tag created by the lovely Kat from Cat Talks. I was super excited to be tagged in this because I actually genuinely think it's such an interesting tag, and I really like the way she's done the questions. Kat's channel's fantastic, I will link it down below. She does really interesting vlogs, and she's also really into writing, so if you are looking for more writing videos, she's really good for that. So the whole theme of this tag is format of books and how you read your books. I'm just going to go straight into it. So the first question is, what is a book that is best read in a physical format? Now if you know me, you know I'm an ebook girl, but I do have an answer for this, and that is Paperbacks from Hell by Grady Hendrix. And it's really hard for you to see that. There you go. This is a fantastic book which I only own in ebook format, which is why I say that it's better to own the physical copy, because it's essentially about horror books from the 80s, and it's a collection of it's a discussion of the themes in terms of monsters and evil children and skeletons and all that kind of thing, but it also has lots and lots and lots of photos of book covers of horror books from the 80s. So it's my dream now to own this in the physical format, because while all the pictures did show up on my ebook copy, I've only got a Kindle Paperwhite, so they're not in colour, and they're just kind of they're not quite as pretty as they would be if it's a full photo book. This is like a proper coffee table book, and I think you need to own it in physical format. I think there's an audiobook as well, and I have no idea how that would work because you couldn't see anything, and it's, to be honest, the book is mostly about the images. It's got a lot of interesting talks and history of horror books in it, but it's mostly the pictures. So yeah, this is definitely one you have to pick up physical. The next question is a book that gives an unparalleled ebook experience, and I really struggled with this because for me I prefer ebooks overall, just because I can carry them around with me. I read really quickly, so if I finish a book when I'm on the go, I can just get the next one up straight away. And I just like it as a format because books can be they're heavy, and I hate the idea of books being messed up in my bag. I've got a book sleeve now, but I don't like carrying them around with me because I feel like they're going to get damaged. So I would say most books, but I'm going to say one that I know people are definitely going to disagree with me here, and I'm going to say the Harry Potter series, because I love rereading the Harry Potter series. They're all on Kindle Unlimited, which is fantastic because it means I can pay and just get access to them all, and I just like being able to highlight stuff and have that all automatically upload to my Goodreads account, and I can go on my Goodreads account and just look at my Harry Potter annotations anytime I want. And I know you can annotate a physical book, and I know lots of people do, lots of people I like do that. I would never annotate a physical book because I can't do that. I'm not that kind of, I'm not able to physically write on my books. But yeah, I would say the Harry Potter series, but I know people are definitely going to disagree with me there. The next question is a book that blew you away as an audiobook. I've gone with 6 Stories by Matt Wesolowski. This is probably the only audiobook I've listened to so far where I think that it was superior because it was an audiobook. So 6 Stories is a thriller book, and it's about a podcast where the guy who runs the podcast looks at unsolved murders or questionably solved murders, and he interviews people who were there at the time, and he's kind of not trying to solve it, but he's trying to offer all these viewpoints so that the listener can then solve it themselves. So as an audiobook, this has a cast, and it's got a different person is playing every person who is telling their story, so you get all the different voices. And I just think it was such a good experience because of that. You get a fantastic... It's I imagine how Sadie is, because lots of people big up Sadie, and I think that's got a full cast. So it's just nice. It's like you're listening to an actual real podcast, except it's a story, and it's got really cool stuff going on. So yeah, I recommend if you're interested in 6 Stories, which it's great. I think I gave it 4 stars out of 5. I really recommend it, and I definitely recommend checking out the audiobook specifically. The next question is, what is your favourite graphic novel? I actually am a massive Batman fan. I don't know how much that's come up on my channel. It comes up a lot in my daily life. But yeah, I'm a huge Batman fan, always have been. And I have loads of Batman graphic novels which I can't access at the moment because they're buried in my cupboards. But my actual favourite one is a little bit obscure, and that is Catwoman When in Rome. This cover is awful. I'm sorry, it is. I don't like the cover, and I don't really like the art style in it, which is weird for a graphic novel. But Catwoman When in Rome is a graphic novel about Catwoman, who is one of my favourite Batman characters. I think she's fantastic. She's so complex, and I just love her. And it's about her. I think she's about to marry this guy, and she wants to know if he's part of the mafia, because the mafia plays a huge part in the comic storyline of the Batman world. So she goes to Rome to try and find out some stuff about him, and she takes the Riddler with her. The Riddler is my absolute favourite Batman character of all time, my favourite comic book character of all time. I love the Riddler. I will never stop loving the Riddler. So basically this comic book is my two favourite villain characters teaming up, just going to Rome, and the Riddler is awful to Catwoman but in a really entertaining way. He just like is winding her up the whole time, and I love it. It's just like, yeah, it's so good, and that is because I love those characters so much. But I do recommend checking it out if you're a Batman fan, because it is one of the more obscure ones and it's really entertaining. So yeah, that's my favourite graphic novel. Final question is, what format do you prefer, all things being equal? I've already said it's ebooks. Ebooks are my favourite way to read books. I do like owning physical books, as you can probably tell from my elaborate shelf setups. And I've gotten really into audiobooks in the last couple of months. I never used to listen to them, but they're really good for listening to while I'm doing other stuff. And I'm sure that's only going to increase because I'm starting my PhD soon. And when I was doing my master's degree, when I was conducting experiments and doing kind of the data analysis side, I loved listening to audiobooks while I was doing that because it was really nice, and it meant I could kind of read whilst doing other things, which is always useful. So I think if I have to rank them all, it would be ebooks, audiobooks, physical books, graphic novels. But I still love graphic novels, I just have to be in the right mood for them. So yeah, so that is all of the questions. Now I'm going to tag some people. I'm going to tag Victoria from What Victoria Read. I'm going to tag Queen Aurora, which I don't think I've actually mentioned on this channel before, so I'll just talk about her briefly. She's so lovely, please check her out. She's one of the most enthusiastic booktubers I watch, and I love it. She's so high energy all the time, and she reads a lot of different stuff, which is really good, cool to see. So go check her out. I will link all these people down below. And finally, I'm gonna tag Ashley from Ashley's Lit List. I love all these people, go check them out. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, it helps me out massively. And I hope to see you next time.